Hello everyone, welcome back to our Solidworks course. In this new video, we would be learning how to create a custom sheet format and a custom sheet template. But before we move to Solidworks and learn about doing these, let's first understand what is a sheet format and what is a sheet template. Again, with the help of a simple sketch, I will try to explain what is a sheet format. Let's say we have a simple sheet format over here, or let's say first I will show you that we have a simple sheet over here. Now what is a format? A format is nothing but basically what is formatting? Formatting is nothing but basically arranging all of your data into whatever format you want. So in the sheet format, what are the things that are included? One, we have the border of the sheet. So we want to format our sheet accordingly. We want a border with the whatever it is. Next we have a simple table over here which has all the details that would be specifying your drawing. Let's say description, material, finish, tolerance, whatever, date, etc, etc. So this is what comprises of your sheet format. It is basically formatting of all of your data into a certain way so that it is being presented in a very systematic way. This is your sheet format. Now we will move forward and learn what is a sheet template. Now a template is nothing but something that we refer to every time we create a new product or every time we create a new 2D drawing in this. So when we create a sheet template, it arranges all your views according to the template you have created. Let's say I have created a template wherein I want the basic 3 views to be added always. That is the front view over here, top view over here, and the right hand side view over here. So I will create a template so that I have specified all of these 3, and every time I load this template with a part, it will always automatically create these 3 views for the same part. This is how you can use a sheet template. But now that I have explained you about sheet formats and sheet templates, I want to also tell you that these two work the best when used together. And I will explain you in this video how you can create your custom sheet format and your custom sheet template so that you don't have to create your sheet format or sheet template again and again over. Because when you are creating a lot of 2D drawings, it is an unnecessary waste of time in order to create all the sheet format details and everything again. So what you do is that you simply create your sheet format and sheet template and set and save it in your computer. Every time you create a new drawing, you simply load it and then start with your drawing itself. Now let's move to SolidWorks and take a look at how do we create both of these. Here you can see that I have launched SolidWorks, and now we will simply create a new drawing like this. From here I will be shown what sheet format do I want to use. Let's say we will use a basic sheet format like this one over here. Let's say we select A4 and see landscape. This is the reference on which we would be creating a reference sheet format. Here I will make sure that I untick display sheet format because we will be creating our own sheet format in this video. So once I have unticked this, I will click on OK, and here you can see that I have a blank sheet over here which is of A4 size and it is in the landscape orientation. I will exit the model view because there is no model that we are supposed to be adding over here. Next, what I will do here is that I will go to the sheet format tab over here, and from here I will select edit sheet format. You can do this by other way, that is you can right click anywhere in the sheet and you can select edit sheet format. Once you are into the edit sheet format, it would be notified to you by this icon over here. That is the icon for exiting the edit sheet format tab. Once we are over here, what we will do is that we will first add a border for our sheet format. Here we have the option that says automatic border. Now we will click on this arrow over here that says next, and here you can see this is how our border has been added. Now in drawing sheets we have something which is the zones. Now what are zones? Let's say I will select this 50 mm from center and then increase okay, this one is the auto defined one, so it has created zones like these. So let's say you want to specify anything in your drawing sheet. You can specify with the help of these zones. Let's say I want to specify something that is over here like this. Let's say if I have some drawing detail over here like this, so I can specify this drawing with the help of these zones. I can specify number 6 over here like this, and B over here, so I will specify B6. Also this drawing view is in the number 5 as well, so I will select B5 as well. You can specify the location of any detail on your drawing by using these zones. I hope now that it is clear what is the use of zones. I will clear out all of this and then we'll move forward. You can also add your zones the way you want. You can customize the zones. You can see that for rows I am using 4, and for columns again, let's say I want to use 5. You can see this is how your zones have been created. I will select this option that says 50 mm from center, and then it will create it automatically. Next, what we have to specify here are the margins. In margins, we have this option over here that allows us to set the distance of this line for the border from this margin over here. Let's say we will keep it as 5 millimeters. Next, here we will format our zones over here. We will specify the length of our zone. It should ideally be equal to the margin that you have added. You can see that once I changed it from 8.5 to 5, these over here moved inside. So now that they are inside the sheet, this is how in the right way it should be created. You can see over here as well. Again, let's say I will enter 8.5 over here, and I want you to notice the difference now. Once I enter 8.5, you can see that this is the length of your zone. This horizontal dimension over here, now it is being positioned at a distance of 8.5 millimeters from this borderline over here. I will again make it to 5, and you can see that now it is inside our drawing sheet. Again, I will set both of these to 5 millimeters. This is for the lines that have been created over here like this. Again, I want you to note the difference. Again, if I make it to 8.5, these lines would again get out of my sheet over here. This is supposed to be at the same distance of your border size, margin size. Again, I will change this to 5 millimeters. This is for these lines over here. If you move your cursor over it, you can see that that is denoting the length of outer center zone divider, and this is the length of inner center zone dividers. These over here are the center zone dividers. If I zoom out and zoom in a bit over here, you can see that these lines are used in order to divide your center zones. These are our major zones, that is our quadrants over here. Once you have assigned all the values or input parameters to your border, you can exit it. One more option that we have over here that says double line border. If I take it or check it, you can see that another line or border line has been added over here. Let's say now that we are satisfied with our border, we can simply click on OK and generate our border. Now you can see that this is how our border has been generated. But if I select this vertex over here and try to pull it apart, you can see that these are not yet fully defined. I will press Ctrl Z, and then I will click on Ctrl A on my keyboard and then fix all of these. Once I have done this, click on OK. Now you can see that now if I try to move these vertices, they won't move. Now this border over here has been fixed properly. Next, what we would be doing is that we would be creating a small table over here. For that, we would simply be using sketches like we have used previously. I will create, let's say, a corner rectangle from this vertex over here like this, and give it a dimension, let's say, of 100 millimeters wide and 60 millimeters high. Once I have specified this, I will now create subdivisions in this rectangle that we have created. Okay. Now I will get into smart dimensions and give the dimension between these two lines as 10 millimeters. Okay. It was already positioned at 10 millimeters. It took a coincident reference over here, so it is now automatically at 10 millimeters from here. Again, here we can also use our patterns I will select this line as the entity that is supposed to be patterned. I want it to pattern in the y direction, so we will make the number of instances in the x direction to be 1. In the y direction we will make it to 5. The direction is in the opposite way, so I will reverse the direction, and here you can see that this is how my pattern has been created. I will click on OK and define this pattern by giving a dimension from the end over here like this. I will add this 10 mm dimension, and you can see that now all of these are well defined. Next, what I will do here is that I will create a partition line over here from this second row up till over here. Once I have done this, I will click on escape, and then now I will position this line from this edge over here. I want this to be at 50 mm, that is exactly at the center. Once I have done this, you can see that now my table over here is somewhat ready. I will trim some of these entities over here, that are these ones. Once I have done this, this is how I want my table over here to be created, that will have all the necessary details for our drawings. I will click on OK and exit the trim command. You can see once I have created all of these over here, but these dimensions are unnecessary, so I will press escape, exit the smart dimensions command, and select all of these dimensions by pressing the Ctrl key on the keyboard. Now I will leave the Ctrl key and right click on these dimensions. Here it is giving me the option to hide them, so I will simply click on hide, and you can see that now all the dimensions have been hidden. We should have also hidden this number of instances for a pattern. I will again select it, right click on it, and then select hide. You can see this is how I have hidden all my dimensions from here. But if you notice that these lines are a bit thinner than these border lines, I want them to be thicker. Here we will use two important toolbars. I will go to Insert, Toolbars, not Insert, I will go to View, I will go to Toolbars, and from here I will select the Line Format toolbar. Here you can see that it has been added on the bottom over here. Next, what I will do, again I will go to View, I will select Toolbars, and from here I will add the Layers toolbar. I will show you how we would be using them. Let's say I want to modify the thickness of this line over here. I will simply go to the line thickness over here, and let's say I want it to be of 0.5 mm. I can edit it over here directly, but I don't want to do this in this way. What I will do here is that I will first create a new layer over here. I will select new and name it as, say, sheet format. Once I have done this, I will create it, and I want the thickness of my layer to be of 0.5 mm. I will click on OK, and here you can see that I have defined my layer. But now what I will do is that I will drag all of these over here. Now you can see all of these entities over here have been dragged, or rather selected by dragging using the box selection method. Now here in the layers toolbar, it is showing me in which layer is this being added. I will simply specify as sheet format, and once I have done this, I have added these sketch entities to my sheet format layer. You can see that they have got the properties that I have added for the line, that is, the line thickness is supposed to be 0.5 mm. This is how you can use layers in order to create or properties that are specific to certain details in your drawings. Once we have done this, now let's move forward and add all the details that I want in this description box that we have over here. For that, I will go to annotations, and from here I will select note. I will add a note over here. I will align it over somewhere like this simply, and then I will add the first annotation or first note that I want here to be description. Once I have done this, I will press escape. I will add another note over here, and that says, let's say, drawn by. Again I will press escape. Here we will add another note that would be for, let's say, tolerances, and finish. I will again press escape. I will add another note over here like this, and that would be, let's say, for material. Once I have done this, again I will press escape. I will add another note over here that says wait. I will again press escape, add one here that says date, press escape, and then add another over here that is for your sheet scale. I should have created a partition over here as well, but we can do that later. I will add another one that says sheet number. I will leave 3 spaces, enter off, again I will leave 3 spaces. Now I will press escape, again I will press escape in order to get out of the annotations tab over here. Okay, you can again edit this by double clicking on those over here and then adding or changing anything that you want. Next, as I told you, I should have created another line over here like this till the bottom. I will press escape, and now if you observe, the line that I created automatically took the properties that we had defined in this layer. So now we are working in the sheet format layer, so anything or any line that you add over here would be of thickness 0.5 millimeters. Once you have done this over here, now we will add some more customizing options over here. Let's say if I want to add the sheet scale, you don't have to add it, or you don't have to add it manually. You can also automate this process. For that, what I will do here is that I will go to annotations, again select a note and place it over here like this. You can turn off the leader over here, the arrow that was showing, and now it won't show that arrow. I will place it over here, and from here I will go and select custom properties or link to properties over here. I will say link to properties. Now we are in the current document. I will go to the drop down of property name, and from over here I will select SW sheet scale. If I click on OK, you can see that it has automatically added the sheet scale for our drawing. Now again I will add another one over here. I will make sure that the leader is off. I will place my annotation here, and I will link another property over here that says current sheet, SW current sheet over here. I will click on OK, and you can see that it is added the current sheet that I am on. Again I will press escape, add the new one over here that says, we will again go to link to property, and we will add the property name that says SW total sheets. I will click on OK, and you can see that it has updated itself. Now I will just align them in the proper way so that there is no issue over here. I will move it apart like this, move it over here, something like this. Okay, now that we have arranged them properly, it is a hassle, but it would automate your process, so it is worth doing it. I will move this again outside. I will locate it in this way. I will take the first one, that is my current sheet. I will place it over here, and then I will take my second one, that is the total number of sheets. Now here, if you want to see how we have automated it, what I will do is that I will click over here that says add sheet. Once I have added the sheet, you can see that it automatically updated itself over here to show that now I am in the first sheet of, and the total number of sheets are 2. This is how we have automated our sheet format. So you don't have to specify these things again and again. Solidworks will do it automatically for you. For now I will click on the sheet and delete it because it serves no purpose for us at this time. In order to add all these properties, what we have to do is that we have to take a reference model over here. For that, I will first, you can add drawn by manually, so that is not an issue because the creator or the draftsman for this would be always different. Let's say I will add my name over here, that is Rohan Ghadigaonkar. So once I have said this, and I am the only person that would be using this format, this name would be constant, and I don't need to add it again and again in my drawings. So once I have done this, I will now exit sheet format for a bit, and now what I will do in the drawing views, I will ask to add in the sheet. I will go here. Okay, we can manually load our part from here. I will go to the view palette. From here I will browse for a part. By clicking on these three icons over here, I will select this cube that we had selected. Now let's say I will place the front view over here like this. I will tell you why I am adding all these views. I will just add one view and then press escape. I will click on this view over here and then go to the part, that is, I will open it in Solidworks. From here I will give it some custom properties. The description for this would be, let's say, cube. I will enter cube and press apply. I will assign it the property, that is the material, that is plain carbon steel. Once I have done this, I will click on OK, rather apply. If I take a look again over here, you can see that my properties have been applied. Next, what I will do is that I will press Ctrl Q, rebuild this part, and then save this part by pressing Ctrl S. Next, again I will press Alt Tab again, and I will go back to the sheet over here. Again I will right click and go to edit sheet format. Now I will zoom in over here and add all the other necessary parameters. For that, again we'll go to annotations, select node and add a new node over here. In this node we will link a new property. For this we will say model found over here, and the property name that we would be adding is description. Once you have done this, I will click on OK, and you can see that it has automatically added the description that we had entered in the property manager or our property tabs over there automatically. Now I will show you how do we save it so that it imports the description or the name of your 3D model directly every time you load this format. Next, we will do the same for material. I will add another note over here, link to property. I will specify model found over here, go to property name, and from over here I will select material. I will click on OK, and you can see here this is how my material is being added. Now I will exit or press escape and then align it accordingly. I will align it over here like this. I will now go, it is not editing properly, so we can now do this. I will just resize it so that it is fitting properly. Once I have done this, I will go to weight and I will add a new note over here like this. For this, now I guess you might be acquainted with the process. I will go to the link to property tab, select model found over here, go to property name, and from over here I will select weight. I will click on OK, and you can see here this is how my weight has been added. Now you need to specify the units over here, so I will add a new note over here and I will specify grams over here like this. This should be in small case. I will specify grams, press escape, and then align it over here somewhere like this. Now every time you try to, you can also align all of these by selecting all of this, pressing the right key, go to this option that says align, and here you can see that it says align evenly across. Once you have done this, again I will select them, make them align, and say align evenly down. Once I have done this, I will again go to align, and from here I will say align bottom. You can see that now all of these have been aligned properly. Next I will go to date, add a new note over here, and again I will link a new property, that is model found over here, and from here I will select this property name that says SW short date. This is the type of date that we are used to adding. So this is the date that we have added. Okay, I have pressed Ctrl Z. I have to add it again. I will add a new note over here like this. I will go to link to property, enter, select model found over here, enter my SW short date as my property name, click on OK, and now here you can see that this is how I have created or rather defined my description box over here. What I will do is that now I will exit the sheet format, and once I delete this from over here, I will say delete this, yes, press Ctrl Q, and you can see all of these parameters that we had entered over here have disappeared. Again I will go to sheet format, and you can see that but these codes that SolidWorks generates in order to import your description, material weight, whatever properties from your 3D model are still here. So we have successfully added our parameters that were supposed to be automated. Once we have done this, I will exit the sheet format, and now I will save the sheet format. I will press F so that it fits to the window over here. Now from the drop down of file, I will go here and I will save the sheet format. Let's say I will give it a name of, say, custom format. Okay, this is the name that we want. It will be automatically directing you into the SolidWorks directly where the sheet formats are being saved. I will click on save, and here you can see that our sheet format has been saved successfully. But here now there is one thing that is left to be done. If you don't do this step, it will ask you every time you import your sheet template in order to specify the sheet format that you want. This might seem like an unnecessary step, but you should try skipping this step and try creating a new document by using the sheet template that we would be generating at the last, and it would be asking you what sheet format do you want to associate with the sheet template every now and then. Again, I will go to the sheet format over here, right click, and from here I will go to properties. Now it is using the custom sheet format, but here I will go to the standard sheet size, and if I scroll down over here, it should show us the custom sheet format that we have created. Okay, we need to uncheck this first, that says show only standard sheet formats. I will drag my cursor down, and here you can see that we have the custom sheet format that we had created. I will select this custom sheet format, click on apply changes. It is asking me the correct sheet format that has notes that have been modified. Do you want to delete it? Do you want it to be deleted? I will click on yes, and you can see that now there are no changes that have been made because this was the sheet format that we were working with. Once we have successfully created our sheet format, we will now move forward and create our sheet template. Sheet template would hold all the information that you want in order to be or you want your drawing sheet to be created every time with all the same information. For that, what we will do is that we will go to options, and from here we will select document properties. Here we will specify all the properties according to which your sheet should always be created. Let's say we will keep the overall drafting standard as ANSI or ANSI, however you want to call it. Next, we will go to annotations, and from here we will change the font size. Let's say when we create drawings, or when I create drawings in the A4 format, I want all the annotations to be of 8 size or 8 font size. I will do this, click on OK and get outside. Next, I will go to views over here, and from here I will specify again the font size as 8 millimeters. I will select points, I will click on 8 and then click on OK. Again, I want the text that is supposed to be added in the balloons to be of font size 8 as well. Whenever I am using it is 8 itself. Over here I will click on OK. Next, I will go to dimensions, and then again make sure that my dimensions are of 8 font size whenever I am creating my 2D drafting or 2D drawing in the A4 format. Next, what I will do here is that here I will change the leading zeros from standard to remove. Now, what are leading zeros? Let's say you have a dimension of 25 millimeters. If you make sure that the leading zeros is on, it will show your dimension like this. But I don't want these. So what I will do is that I will simply say remove, and this is how it will show you your dimension. I will now clear all of this, and next setting that we will do over here, we will also set the trailing zeros to remove. Once we have done all of this, I will now move to the next one, that is, say, line thickness. You can specify the line thickness that whatever you want over here. It will give you the option according to what you have set. Let's say if I set this line thickness to be of 0.7, for example, we have 0.7 over here, but let's say I want it to be of 0.6, I can set it over here, and it will give you an option to set your line thickness to 0.6 instead of 0.5. Next, we will move to units, and from over here you can see that our units have been specified as GS, that is millimeters, grams, seconds. But let's say if you want custom units, you can see when I shift from mmgs to custom, it still keeps this selection as millimeter, and over here degrees, seconds, over here time is always in seconds, and here grams. Let's say I want my weight unit to be kilograms instead of grams. I will set it to kilograms, click on OK when I have entered all my sheet all the sheet properties over here. Once I have done this, I will go to the option that says over here detailing. You can see that we have ticked some of these over here: center marks for holes, dowel symbols, and connection lines to hole patterns with center marks. What this will do is that this will, when this is ticked, this will automatically add center marks to all the holes when we import our parts. Once I am satisfied all the settings over here, I will click on OK, and this is how my sheet template or the settings for my sheet templates have been added. Next, let's say I want to add these views to my sheet template. Every time I create a part, I want these views to be added. For example, like this. I will select all of them at once by pressing the Ctrl key, and then I will drag them somewhere over here like this. Once I have done this, I will just arrange them so that there is enough spacing in between them. Also, I will add another one, that is my isometric view like this. I will set the display of my isometric view as shaded with edges. Once I have done this, what I will do here is that I will save my sheet template. For that, I will go to the drop down over here that says save as. I will go over here, and then from here I will specify the type of my file as drawing templates, that is drw dot. Once I have selected drw dot, you can see that the directory has automatically changed where Solidworks saves all its templates. Here we will save our template as, let's say, custom template. Once you have given it the name, I will simply click on save, and you can see here that it is telling me temporarily store only predefined and empty views, so models, dimensions, and annotations will be removed from views. The following types of views will be removed from the template: detail and crop. What here it is telling me that it will only keep the type of view you have added over here, and it will remove this specific view from our sheet template, and it will only have the view over here. Let's say, for example, I have added the front view over here, so it will make sure that my front view is here next time, the top view is here next time, the right hand side view is here next time, and the isometric view here is here next time. But for whatever 3D model I use this sheet format and sheet template, it will add the front view, top view, right hand side view, and isometric view of that particular 3D model. So I will first clear everything over here and then click on OK. Once I have done this, yes, this is what I was talking about. Here you can see that here we have the top view, here we have the front view, here we have the right hand side view, and here we have the isometric view. So this is how we have created our sheet format and sheet template. Once you have done this, you can simply close this over here, and now you are ready to create a new sheet format, or rather you have created a new sheet format over here. Now if you press Ctrl N over here and go to advanced, you can see here that you have a custom template over here that we just created. This was not here before. Now if I will double click on this custom template, and you can see that it will load our sheet according to the way we had created. You can see here this is how it has created our sheet along with the sheet format. I highly recommend you that you skip the step where I showed you how to right click on the sheet format and then assign the view in properties, or assign the sheet format in properties. If you don't do that, it would have asked you here in order to specify which sheet format you want to use for your custom template. You can see here that now my sheet format and the sheet template is ready. In the next video, we would be creating a new drawing using this sheet format and sheet template. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.